योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः विहित्तिश्चाव्यवृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म औपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So let us read the two verses. यश्चित्तेन्द्रियमारुतेरणकरः नेत्रस्य नेत्रं च तं श्रोत्रश्रोत्रमिमं हृदोऽपि हृदयं वाचश्च वाचं परम् प्राणप्राणमिहाधिगत्य कुशलाः आत्मानमस्तैषणाः त्यक्त्वेमां तनुमाप्नुवन्ति परमं विष्णोः पदं शाश्वतम्। चक्षुर्नाञ्चति यत्र वागपि मनः ज्ञाताद्यदन्यत्तथा ज्ञाताद्यन्न गिरोदितं समुदिता वाणी च येन स्वयं बुद्ध्या यन्नमतं च येन तु मता बुद्धिश्रवश्चक्षुषी यज्जानाति न यद्यतो नितिमरुत् तद्ब्रह्मणोपासितम्। So we were basically discussing the content of the fourth mantra. So the second verse which we just now read is essentially a summary of mantra 3 to mantra 9 of the first part of Kenopanishad. Now this Kenopanishad fourth mantra has a very, very interesting and profound commentary, as I was mentioning, and we were halfway through that commentary. So I will take you through that and then we will move on to the next. The fourth mantra basically goes this way. Anyadeva tadviditat atho aviditadadhi iti sushruma purvesham yenastadvyacha chakshire. I was mentioning to you in the previous class, which of course more than 2 weeks back, that this mantra has a very interesting commentary, and that commentary Bhagavad Pada so beautifully brings out the essence of this mantra, Sara. So here he starts with saying Anyadeva tadviditat. The word vidita basically means vidikriya karma bhutam. So the object, okay, karma bhutam, viditam. Now viditat anyat, aviditat anyat. So what is the import? How do we understand this? In order to bring that, Bhagavad Pada takes us through very, very slowly, building word by word. So there, I just wanted to bring to your attention the word adhi. So this is something which is very specific. We don't find it commonly in the classical literature. Adhi may be there, but adhi as a separate word is not something which is seen. Many of you may be knowing this Rudra, right? Sri Rudra Prashna. So there also we have the word Adhi, but Adhi occurs there only as a compound word. So right at the beginning we have Adhyavochadadhi Vakta Prathamo Daivyo Bhishak. This is a very interesting reference. Adhivakta, in fact there is one Adhivakta here, Nyayadhisha. This Adhivakta basically means, so Pakshapatena yo vadati. So Adhivakta is, Pakshapata means you have to take a certain position. That position could be this or that, doesn't matter. But Pakshapatena vadati, that is how this, Shiva is described. Adhivakta. What is the Pakshapata there? See. So Adhyavochat, Adhivakta. He is described with two portfolios. One is as an advocate, the other is as Bhishak. Adhyavochad Adhivakta Prathamo Daivyo Bhishak. Bhishak, from where does he save us? See. So that is in the next line. Prathamo Daivyo Bhishak Ahigascha Sarvaan Jambhayan Sarvascha Yatu Dhanyaha. Yatu Dhanyaha means Rakshamsi, the evil spirits. So killing them. And Adhyavochat, whom does he advocate to? So this is a very interesting reference. I was just thinking about it. As I was thinking about the word Adhi, so where all the word comes, so I was just trying to recollect whether this is appearing separately, but here also it doesn't appear, whether it is Adhyavochat or Adhivakta, it is a compound word. But anyway, this Adhivakta is a very interesting usage. This Parameshwara, so though he is, see, Prathamo Devyaha, even then different portfolios have been given to different devatas. So if he has to protect you, he has to call that person and then say, okay, so please do this. So that is the kind of a thing. So that is how one has to understand this. Adhyavochat, Adhivakta, Prathamo Devyo Bhishak. Okay, Adhi. We also have the word Adhikara, Adhikrita. Adhikara. See, Tasya asmin karmani adhikaraha. Adhikaraha means, so he has the right to perform. Okay, so this is how we have Adhikari is one who is qualified. So Adhikari also has a certain connotation of Swami. So Adhikaraha means Swamyam. Okay, he has the right supremacy and so on. So this is one other meaning that we find with Adhi. Adhi compounded with a verb kr. Adhikrita, Adhikara, Adhikritya, Adhikritya vadati. So there it means, so that topic of discussion, tad adhikritya, okay. So with reference to that. Okay. So in all these senses we find the word Adhi appearing as a part of the compound. But here we find the word Adhi independently used. I asked one or two scholars also, they could not recollect. I don't think we find. But if there is any information I gather, I will let you know in the next class. As of now, our understanding is it occurs as an independent word in this literature. We also find Adhi employed in one of the sutras. In Brahma Sutras, we have Bhuma Samprasadad Adhyupadeshat. There is a sutra. Bhuma Samprasadat Adhi Upadeshat. There again we find the word Adhi. Adhi is again connected with fifth case there, as you find here in this mantra. Aviditat Adhi. We have a fifth case ending and Adhi is there. Okay. There also Bhuma Samprasadat Adhi Upadeshat. See, Samprasadat Adhi. See, the word Samprasada actually refers to Sushupti. Samyak prasidati iti samprasadaha. Anyway, so that is something which we need to note here. And how does Bhagavad Pada interpret the word adhi? So we will see that now. I am going to read the commentary. Viditam nama yat vidikriya atishayena aptam. Vidikriya karma bhutam. Okay, viditam. Now the aviditam means so that which is not vidikriya karma bhutam. Correct? So that which has not become the object of cognition. Aviditat adhi is the mantra. So what do we understand from adhi? So in the first quarter of the mantra we find anyadeva tad viditat. So the same meaning has to be brought here. And the Atma is described as vidita viditaphyam anyat. So therefore the word adhi is to be understood as anyat. How do we understand that? So for that he gives an explanation. So adhi in the sutra also I was mentioning. So you find one more instance of adhi in Kathopanishad. Indriyebhyah param manaha manasas sattvam uttamam sattvadadhi mahanatma. So there also we have fifth case and adhi. Adhi actually means upari, above, urdhvam. So this is what adhi means. Now here that urdhvam does not appear. So there also in samprasadat adhi means there in the context of discussion. So the discussion on bhuma occurs after the discussion on samprasada. So samprasada there in that context actually means prana. Anyway, so that adhi means above that, after that. So here we find adhi. It should be understood as anyat. So what does Bhagavad Pada do? He says, Atho api aviditat vidita viparitat. Aviditat means vidita viparitat. This nanya is to be understood as anya. Okay. Avyakritat avidya lakshanat vyakrita bijat adhi iti uparyarthe. This is the sense in which we find. Okay, in all these three places wherever we find. So either it is in sutra or it is in mantra. Adhi iti uparyarthe. So then he says lakshanaya anyat ityarthaha. So we resort to a lakshana. And this lakshana can be of various types. Lakshana can be gauni, lakshana can be shuddha, and again there are further classifications. But this lakshana is to be simply taken as upachara. Okay, so lakshana. Lakshanaya anyat ityarthaha. So there he says, yadhi yasmat adhi upari bhavati tat tasmat anyaditi prasiddham. So yadhi yasmat upari bhavati. Okay, so if this book lies on this palm, so tasmat anyat. So that is why we have the lakshana. So lakshana, the direct meaning cannot be taken, the express sense cannot be taken, but something which is connected with the express sense can be taken. So that is how the lakshana comes. Tasmat anyaditi prasiddham. So this much he explains about the word adhi. Okay. So having explained adhi, so then we move on to what he says further. Yad viditam tad alpam. So this is one level of meaning. Okay. So one level of meaning is vyakrita means something which has taken a manifest form. So whom are we describing here? The context should be clear. The context is this Atman is being described here. Okay. So this Atman is described. Atman is viditat anyat. Okay. Vidikriya karma. So Atma is not vidikriya karma. So therefore viditat anyat. Aviditat anyat means it is not completely not known also. aham asmina va iti nakopi shankate. Janati, swatah siddha. So therefore, he is trying to bring this idea. Second level of meaning for vidita viditabhyam anyat. Okay, the first level is vyakrita vyakritaabhyam anyat. Now vidita viditabhyam anyat, he is trying to bring a second level of meaning. Yad viditam tadalpam martyam dukkhatmakam cheti heyam. Yad viditam means, so whatever has become the object of cognition for you, yad viditam tad alpam. Okay? So alpam, it is only a limited portion. Then martyam, so it is not something which is going to be there forever with you. So nasyam, obviously. Viditam sarvam, so it just goes away. Another knowledge comes, this knowledge goes off. Maybe it has some samskara, sometimes even the samskara is lost. Many a times it is lost. Okay. And martyam. Then the third thing is dukkhatmakam. This dukkhatmakam is to be understood little carefully. So he is primarily speaking from the viewpoint of a mumukshu. Not necessarily always dukkhatmakam. This dukkhatmakam, but many a times it is dukkhatmakam. So that is also true. Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. Anyway, viditam, viditiyadvai bhayam bhavati you can say. But here, we need not even go to that. Okay, let me just tell you. See, since you said this, now I went for an event. Okay. The event, so somebody comes. It is a large event. Somebody comes, but if nobody welcomes, it may be accidental. It is not deliberately done. Even then, this person is hurt. So he builds a story. Dukkhatmakam. Viditam. Dukkhatmakam. Somebody says, I have not been invited for food. Again, dukkhatmakam. Upacharaha na bhavati chet krodhaha bhavati. Punaha dukkhatmakam. Right? So somebody, this was another complaint. You can't believe. So people are leaving. Somebody says, complains that I was not given tambulam. This is again a dukkhatmakam. Right? So this is again, so this viditam means, so whatever you keep hearing, okay, so the object, and over the phone, so my sister was saying yesterday, somebody said, so a lot of things were packed and given. Okay. Somebody has reported saying, I did not find jalebi there. Other things were there. No, I'm just a real story, I'm just saying. Whatever just came to my mind very recently. So there are so many such episodes. Okay. So viditam is not necessarily always sukhatmakam, but primarily dukkhatmakam. Any story that we are hearing now is also viditam. Anyway, dukkhatmakam iti heyam. The only thing that you can talk of is, even then, so at a different level if you want to talk, then also the statement is valid, I would say. So at the prakrita level, at our own level, vyavaharika level, we find many things are dukkhatmakam. Okay? The other level, if you want to talk, even there one can say, dukkham is something which we are avoiding. So you don't want to possess. Understand? This is what essentially dukkham is. Pratikula vedaniyam. Anukula vedaniyam sukham, pratikula vedaniyam dukkham. Right? So as we proceed even in the Shastra, initially as something which helps us from moving from the mundane world to a higher plane, the Shastra is useful. But even the Shastra at a later stage is not required. So therefore at the ultimate level also, possessing this ability to argue, so is also something which is futile. Okay? So, na shastra, na shastram, na shishyo, na shiksha, na chatvam, na chaham, na chayam prapanchaha. So that is how the ultimate declaration is. So therefore, finally he is saying, we are addressing here the Atma Swarupa. Okay, Chaitanya Matra Swarupa. So therefore, he brings in this discussion. Then he says, Tasmad Viditat Anyat Brahma Ityukte. Viditat Anyat Brahma. Brahma is Ayamatma. Ityukte. Aheyatvam muktam syat. So aheyatvam muktam syat. So this is not something which you can dismiss away with. Okay. At most what you can do is you can only dismiss the sharira. Or make the prana leave from the sharira by a certain activity, but you can't dismiss this atma. Okay. This is not heyam. It is not a heya padartha. Like a pen which you can trash in the dustbin. So then he says, all that you can do is sharira, not atma. So, aheyatvam muktam syat tatha avidita dadhi ityukte anupadeyatvam muktam syat. So then he further elaborates. Karyartham hi karanam anyat anyena upadiyate. A very interesting argument. Karyartham hi karanam anyat anyena upadiyate. You see, heyopadeyat anyat is what he wants to say. He further explains that. Suppose I want to go and purchase banana. Tatu ekam karyam. Phalanayana iti karyam. Tadarsam vahane gacchati tatu karanam. Anyat anyena upadiyate. So suppose you want to boil milk, you take a bowl and then pour into it. Karyartham upadiyate. So with reference to this jnana, vidikriya here what we are talking about is vidikriya. So he says, atascha na vedituhu anyasmai prayojanaya anyadupadeyam bhavati. So here the samanadhikaranam is very important. Vedituhu, so the one who gains this knowledge. Vedituhu panchami. Anyasmai prayojanaya. Anyasmai prayojanaya upadeyam anyad upadeyam bhavati. Idanim suppose I see. Edattu anyasmai prayojanaya bhavati apitu swasya prayojanaya bhavati. Right? So therefore he is saying vedituhu anyasmai prayojanaya anyad upadeyam bhavati ityevam vidita viditabhyam anyaditi. Essentially heyopadeya pratishedhena. So one is vyakrita avyakritaabhyam anyat heyopadeyabhyam anyat. Okay. So I want to take this atma, not possible. I want to drop this atma, not possible. So vidita viditabhyam anyat is explaining at two levels. Heyopadeya pratishedhena swatmanaha ananyatvat brahma vishaya jijnasa shishyasya nirvartita syat. So this is what he is saying. Now finally he concludes. This is a very important statement which is worthy of contemplating. Na hyanyasya swatmanaha vidita viditabhyam anyatvam vastunaha sambhavati. Ayamatma brahmetyesha vakyarthaha. So this is the sum and substance of the entire discussion. So he says, Anyat vidita viditabhyam anyat, and earlier whatever srotrasya shrotram chakshusya chakra and so on, whatever was described. So all this point out to one important thing. What is that? Ayamatma brahma. So that is what he is saying. Ayamatma brahmetyesha vakyarthaha. And then he quotes Ayamatma brahma. This is in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Again, we have this Chandogya Upanishad. Yatma pahatapatma jaro and so on. That is in Chandogya Upanishad. Then again one more Shruti he quotes, Yat Sakshad Aparokshad Brahmaya Atma Sarvantarastham Me Vyachakshva. Again Brihadaranyaka, third adhyaya. So ityadi shrutyantarebhyascha. So whatever the Shrutis have stated is what has been stated differently here. Evam. So having said this, he says, Evam sarvatmanaha sarvavishesharahitasya. So sarvatmanaha sarvavishesharahitasya. Important. So it is the same conscious being which is pervading everywhere as Antaryami. And the conscious being does not have any form. So it does not have any name. So it does not have any taste, any smell. Therefore, Sarva Vishesha Rahitasya. Okay. Chinmatra Jyotishaha. So the one which is becoming self-evidently. Chinmatra Jyotishaha. Brahmatva Pratipadakasya. वाक्यार्थस्य आचार्योपदेशमन्तरा आचार्योपदेश परंपरया प्राप्तत्वमाह. So this comes to the later part of the mantra. अन्यदेव तद्विदितात् अथो अविदितादधि इति सुश्रुम पूर्वेषां येनस्तद्व्याचचक्षिरे. येनः व्याचचक्षिरे. Those people who explained it to us. Understand? Ye naha tat atma tattvam vyachachakshire. I told you chakshin vyaktayam vachi. Okay? So chachakshire is that form. So ye naha tat vyachachakshire. Those who explained to us. See. वाक्यार्थस्य आचार्योपदेश परंपरया प्राप्तत्वम आहा. Okay, so who says this? The teacher says this to the fellow. That fellow asked this question, Keneshita. So Shrotrasya Shrotram, all that he said, and finally he concludes, Iti sushruma purvesham yenastadvyachachakshire. ब्रह्मचैवम् आचार्योपदेश परंपरयैव अधिगन्तव्यं न तर्कतः. प्रवचनमेधा बहुश्रुत तपोयज्ञादिभ्यश्च इति एवं सुश्रुमा श्रुतवन्तः. So this sentence is also very important. ब्रह्मच एवं आचार्योपदेश परंपरयैव अवगन्तव्यम्. Avagantavya means to be known, to be understood. How is to be understood? Through the tradition which has been passed over. Acharyopadesha paramparayaiva. So there is the emphasis, eva. Na tarkataha. Not by your own reasoning. And further he adds to that, pravachana medha bahushruta tapo yajnadibhyascha. So this has to do with that the Shravana Vidhi. That Shravana Vidhi actually says, Atmavare drashtavyaha shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha. This mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha is what he is trying to mention here through the words bahushruta. But for this manana and nididhyasana to take place, you should have chitta ekagri. Otherwise it is not possible. If chitta is not under my control, what will you do? How will you do manana? And forget about nididhyasana. So therefore he says, tapo yajnadibhyascha. This tapo yajnadibhyascha means by trying to discipline yourself. This tapaha does not mean sitting in forest and not eating anything. Tapaha is essentially, we have Vangmayam tapaha, we have Shariram tapaha. There are so many tapas which are being described in Bhagavad Gita. You understand? Doing namaskara itself is considered as a tapa. Surya Namaskar or Namaskar to elders. So Shariram Tapaha, Manasikam Tapaha, Vangmayam Tapaha, speaking sweetly is Vangmayam Tapaha. So these are very essential. Okay? So the Sattvika Bhavana, therefore he is saying Tapo Yajnadibhyascha. Yajnadibhyaha, feeding others, so helping others. So these are very, very important. So it is only through this. So merely listening. So I am going to elaborate that little bit. I was quite fascinated to read a certain section incidentally by chance in Artha Shastra. So amazing. So I was quite thrilled. So I'll just come to that. It's very, very closely connected with this. Tapo yajnadibhyascha iti evam shushruma. Shrutavantaha. We heard. Vayam purvesham acharyanam vachanam. Iti sushruma. This is what we heard from our earlier acharyas. This is how it was taught to us. Ye acharyaha naha asmabhyam tat brahma vyachachakshire vyakhyaatavantaha vispashtam kathitavantaha tesham ityarthaha. Now, let me also remind you of Bhagavad Pada's statement. So, this Sampradaya Vitu, see, Paramparaya Agadam. So, this is 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse 2. See, earlier, even Justice Sri Krishna said this in some context. See, so this 13th chapter, verse 2, has a very elaborate commentary, running to several pages. Okay? And in one context, Bhagavad Pada makes this remark. He says, Ya evam buddhyate, this is worth reading. Yaha evam buddhyate yascha bodhayati. So there is a certain possibility of misunderstanding this Kshetra Kshetrajna. And in that context, he says, having described, so if this is the way this fellow explains to you, Yascha evam buddhyate, yascha bodhayati. If you have misunderstood, that is what you will teach. Right? Yascha evam buddhyate, yascha bodhayati, nasau kshetrajnaha iti. Evam buddhyate. What is this evam buddhyate? See, this evam buddhyate means this Atma is samsari and Paramatma is someone else. Understand? So this Dayananda Saraswati will make a lot of fun. So whenever this kind of things comes. Okay. So Atma I am samsari. So parasmat atmanaha anyaha. Okay. Somehow I have to go and sit with him, etc. If you just think that way. Okay. So through this process. Okay. So if you just do that, there is a lot of problem. Okay, therefore he says, Nasau kshetrajnaha. He has not understood this Atma. Okay. Evam manvanaha yaha saha. This is a strong word. Pandita apasadaha. Pandita apashadaha is also possible. Pandita apasadaha is also possible. Okay. So Pandita apasadaha, Pandita apashadaha. Apashadaha means nichaha. Okay. Self-proclaimed scholars. So apasidati, apakrishtatvam prapnoti. This is what it means. Pandita apasadaha. So he just sort of censures that kind of understanding. Samsara mokshayoho shastrasya cha arthavatvam karomiti. So he feels that he is going to teach. As some people come and tell you, right? In fact, see, one of these fellows, I don't know, see, he is not Tapasvi. There is another fellow who went from IIT to study somewhere in Texas. That fellow suddenly wrote an email, a few years back. Sir, I want to discuss with you something. I said, what? Tell me. So then some other mail came and a long mail came. So he basically said where he hails from and the kind of knowledge that he has been possessing. So with regard to life, the views of life and so on. And there apparently a lot of other fellows came and started confusing him. What is your religion? So many gods, this, that, etc. So this fellow was completely misled. And he said, even though I try to avoid him, they come to me. But at some level, my heart says that if they repeatedly approach you, you cannot just say no. And therefore, I encourage him. The moment I encourage, I am thoroughly confused and I am depressed. So he wrote a very long mail. This is the reality. And then I said, okay, so I will call one more colleague. So we'll have some session. And then we had some direct conversation and then repeatedly. So we sort of tried to brainwash him. And that brainwashing went away. Okay. So this is all Pandit Apasadaha. So they feel as if they have the highest thing to give it to you. And thoroughly confuse you. Okay. So that's what. So then he says, Shastrasya arthavatvam karomi iti atmaha swayam mudhaha anyamscha vyamohayati. He fools himself and tries to fool others. See? Swayam mudhaha anyamscha vyamohayati shastrartha sampradaya rahitatvat. So people who have realized, so they have shared their wisdom. So one has to respect that. And instead of that, so this fellow is trying to say that he is someone who knows everything. So then he says, Shrutahanim Ashruta Kalpanancha Kurvan. So Shrutahani and Ashruta Kalpana. Ashruta Kalpana. Something which is unheard of, he just creates. Okay. Tasmat. Therefore, what is it? He says, Asampradayavit sarvashastra vidavi murkhavadupekshaniyaha. Okay. As far as this idea is concerned. In fact, even in the scientific tradition, there is some sampradayavit. So we talk about Dr. Fossey. Why? He has been working in it for several years. So suppose I go and say, who will listen to me? They will just say, go ahead, you are a fool. So that is what, so Sampradayaviti is important in every tradition. And here it is all the more important. Okay. So Tasmat Asampradayavit Sarvashastra Vidapi Murkhavadeva Upekshaniyaha. So this is what Bhagavad Pada here indicates, okay, through the word Yenastadvyacha Chakshire Acharyopadesha Paramparayeva Adhigantavyam Na Tarkataha. So that is what he wants to convey here. Here I can actually get into the verse, but something which is related to this in Artha Shastra, which was quite fascinating to me, I will just share it now before we move on to the verse. Artha Shastra is, of course, an amazing text which was quite tempting to read a few years back. I started reading first Prakarana, but then something else came, we just dropped it. In some context, just a couple of days back, there was some quotation. And that quotation I could not understand. So because there was a Padacheda which was done. When you split the Samasta Pada, it can lead to all kinds of confusions. So that was in a paper, so I just read that quotation, then I could not get the meaning. Then I deeply thought about it. So there was a couple of translations were also provided. Those couple of translations also did not capture that. So I thought I will just resort to the book. So I went, then I saw that this actually is a Samastapada. So that was understood. Then I flipped through the previous chapter because it was connected. There was a word in this beginning of one chapter. So connected to the previous thing. So then I flipped through the previous. I was quite surprised. I just read this for you because it is very relevant to this also. The Shastracharya Upadesha is not sufficient. So this parampara is all fine. But then you should have a certain preparedness that he is brilliantly brought out by him. Very nicely brought out. This is true. Therefore, it is a very, very relevant thing which all of us should read and appreciate. He says, so for the beginning itself, there is something called Vidyodesha, and this chapter is basically occurring. It's the sixth thing itself, sixth thing. Just in the first few pages you will see. Tasmat Dandamulas Tisro Vidyaha. You see, Danda. Danda does not mean taking a danda. See, we have to understand this. See, Dandamulaha Tisro Vidyaha. Dandamulaha Tisro Vidyaha. What is this Tisro Vidyaha? In fact, he starts with, in Vidya Samuddesha, he starts with Anvikshiki Trayi Vidya Dandanitischa. This is how he starts with. Anvikshiki Trayi Anvikshiki Trayi Varta Dandanitischa. So different people say different things, but these are the four important major branches of knowledge. This is how it starts. So Anvikshiki Trayi Varta. So we will not get into all that now. So Dandaniti. So this is the fourth thing. So here he says Dandamulas Tisro Vidya. Whether you want to excel in Anvikshiki or Trayi or Varta, it is all based on Danda. What is this? So further he says, Vinayamulo Dandaha. Vinayamulo Dandaha. What is this Vinaya? This Vinaya actually is not humility here. So we have to take the Yaugika Vipatti of Vinaya. So Visheshataha Nayati iti Vinaya. So Vinayaha actually means discipline. Vinayamulo Dandaha. Then further he says Pranabhritam Yogakshema Vahaha. So Pranabhritam Yogakshema Vahaha. Why am I trying to say that this is important? So without any discipline, without any rule, without any law and order, there is absolutely no question of having Yogakshema. Okay? It need not necessarily be state imposed. It has to be self-imposed. State imposed may not work. It may be useful. Okay? So therefore, Pranabhritam Yogakshema Vahaha. After that, he says, Kritakaha Swabhavikascha Vinayaha. He is just broadly dividing it into two types. What are they? Kritakaha and Swabhavikaha. Okay? So something which is natural and something which is brought out. Okay, which is inculcated. Okay? Kritakaha Swabhavikascha Vinayaha. This discipline can be of two types. Kriyahi Dravyam Vinayati Na Adravyam. This is a very important statement. I will read the commentary also, which is a very, very interesting commentary by Ganapati Shastri in Sanskrit. Very beautiful commentary. Kriyahi Dravyam Vinayati Na Adravyam. So the statement that I wanted to highlight here is, after that he says, Sushrusha Shravana Grahana Dharana Vijnana Uha Poha Tattva Vinivishta Buddhim Vidya Vinayati Netaram. See, so this is a very, very important statement. We have to understand, sometimes when we keep struggling with various people, so in fact, so I used to tell my mother as well as grandmother, and of course certain other places also, they repeatedly keep complaining about one person. That person is a habitual liar. So what do? You have told 100 times. So once again they do that. So at every time, so they get heated up. So what is the point? So that is what one has to learn here. So here there is a very, very interesting statement. So see how deeply this has been thought out. You see, he says, Sushrusha. Sushrusha, what does Sushrusha mean? Huh? In order to for this knowledge transfer to take place, even if you do Upadesha, whether it is the Shastra Upadesha or any other Upadesha, so there should be a certain attitude to listen to you first. Okay? Sushrusha, the first thing. Then he says, Shravanam. So this fellow has to listen. Okay? These 8 things are actually buddhi gunaha. We have to understand. These are the qualities of the mind or the buddhi, whatever it is, that have to be present for this to happen. Sushrusha, Shravanam. Okay? In fact, this commentator, when he says Sushrusha, okay, he says Shravanarheshu Shrotum Ichhanutam. You understand? So he has some other Sushrusha, what will you do? Somebody else keeps misdirecting him. So he wants to listen to his friends. He does not want to listen to parents or grandparents. What will you do? Sushrusha is there elsewhere. Understand? So therefore he says, Shravanarheshu Sushrusha. Shravanarheshu Shrotum Ichha. This is one interesting thing that he added. After that he says, Shravanam. What is Shravanam? So there also he adds something which is very interesting. Tasyam means in that entity which is worthy of listening. Like there, I'm just reminded of a beautiful verse in Niti Shataka. See, he says, see, Shastropaskrita Shabda Sundara Giraha Shishya Pradeyagamaha. See, that is what he is saying. So Shastropaskrita Shabda Sundara Giraha. See, so that which is the words which have been adorned by Shastra. Shastropaskrita, and the delivery is so beautiful. See, Shastropaskrita Shabda Sundara Giraha Shishya Pradeyagamaha. They possess that. Vikhyata Kavayo Vasanti Vishaye Yasya Prabhur Nirdhanaha Tajjadyam Vasudhadhipasya Kavayastu Artham Vinapishvaraha Kutsyahasyuh Kuparikshaka Namanayaha Yairarghatah Patitaha. He says, those who are like this, if they are not recognized, it is a shame on the government, the shame on the king and not on these people. So that is the message that he gives. But anyway, so here, Shishya Pradeyagamaha, they possess. Tasyam Satyam Shravanam Aseva Karyam. Asevanam means repeatedly listen. In the first instance, I don't understand. Yes, you will not understand anything. So you have to repeatedly listen. Even this Vedanta Shravanam, when they say, people just take, I listen. See, Tatparyavagati Paryantam Vicharaha. So unless you get the import of it, till that. See, even those things which I was teaching a few years back. So after a few years, I see that I have missed certain important things to convey then. Right? So that is how it happens. Sravanam Aseva means Asevanam means repeatedly reading. See, Paunaf Punyena Shravanam. That is what it means. Then Grahanam, third thing. See, Grahanam is having listened. Okay. So you have to understand. Shrutartha Jnanam that you have to. Then the fourth component. This is almost missing nowadays. Dharana. Okay. So gone. So you have to just retain things in mind. See? So that was the ability that we were developing in those days. So Sushrusha, Shravanam, Grahanam, Dharanam. So having said that, he says Vijnanam, the fifth aspect. Dhariteshu artheshu sadhya sadhanadi swarupa viveka jnanam. Okay? So having a very clear understanding. So this is what is this is what Purapaksha, this is what Siddhanta is, this is the distinction between this and that, and so on and so forth. Okay? So if you look at actually the higher texts on Advaita, there will be hair-splitting arguments. You should be razor sharp in order to understand the distinctions that are being talked about. So in this argument, this is wrong, this is anumana. So when they say, this is the hetva bhasa, this is the upadhi, and so on and so forth. So this is what is meant by vijnana, visheshataha jnana, okay, having gained that knowledge. Then, so uhaha, apohaha. See, uha and apoha. In fact, even Viveka Chudamani. See, so this is actually described as one of the qualifications. Uha, apoha, vichakshanaha. See. So what is uhaha? Uhaha means something which has not been stated explicitly by words. Okay. So uhatnya. See, you have to infer. Suppose somebody, so from the face itself you have to do uha poha, and then either offer one more glass of payasam or you have to go away. Or if there is some indication inside, okay, so carefully serve means something may say, it may not be explicitly stated. Carefully serve means just quickly go away because the quantity is not sufficient. These are all uha poha. So this is uha, shabdena anuktasya, okay, so lingena jnana. So that is how it is uhaha. And apohaha is, see, yuktyapetasya tyagaha. See, apohaha means so that which does not have. See, the problem with that student which I was just referring to was he was not able to drop whatever they are trying to thrust in. See, apohaha is, so it does not have rationality. So yuktyapohasya tyagaha. That is what is apohaha. Then finally he says tattvabhiniveshaha. Tattvabhiniveshaha is ultimately vastu yathatma jnana. So these are the basic qualifications that are required for the knowledge transfer to be complete. Otherwise he may be a tattvajnani, but what is the use? So that doesn't really work. So Shravanam, Grahanam, and so on and so forth. So all are very, very essential. So that's what he says. Sushrusha Shravana Grahana Dharana Vijnana Uha Poha Tattva Bhinivishta Buddhim. Understand? Tattva Bhinivishta Buddhim Vidya Vinayati Netaram. So you should be actually blessed with the ability to understand that this fellow cannot be changed. So otherwise you will run into perennial issues. Sometimes that is how we have to understand. Okay. So or at least you should understand that I should not be disturbed by that act. Okay. So Vinayati, disciplines. So Vidya Vinayati means Shrunoti. Parantu tatra saram avagacchati. So vidya vinayati. Okay. So tattva vinayati. So you have to understand. So on the initial phases, that is how even in Sampradaya. See, at the age of 5 or 6, so where is the question of uha poha? So we have to understand. So we speak of all this uha poha, but I remember Sonata Khed. Sonata Khed means you have to listen to what is being said. This uha poha, nothing will work. You have to just make them understand the importance of listening. Otherwise, some danda may also be required. So the child at the age of 4, I was telling you, the other day, long back I was telling, I think in one of the classes. So I was simply stunned. A school which started just now, only up to 4th standard. They have just started that school. And there in 20 different places they have put. Children have to be treated with respect and dignity. What is this nonsense? The respect and dignity, where does it come? If they had put love and affection, it is well and good. But respect and dignity, where? So this is what we have to understand. So vidya vinayati netaram. So netaram vidya vinayati. Vidyanam tu yathasvam acharya pramanyad vinayo niyamascha. In fact, this is something which is really brilliantly analyzed. So, where does Danda play a role? So, what are the qualifications that are required for one to gain knowledge? So, these have to be very, very clearly articulated. So, many of these problems are essentially coming up. So they will ask. So when you are young, see, there may be some X or Y, some very, very extreme cases, okay, so which are uncontrollable. But by and large, so without beating, by being firm, you will be able to bring in discipline. See, that really, really helps. So this finally he says, this commentator, evam vidyadhikarinam tad anadhikarinam cha bhutva vidyagrahana kale shishyena acharaniyamaha vidyana antviti. He says, vidyanam acharya pramanyat yasyaha vidyayaha yoyaha acharyaha upadeshta tasya pramanyat tad adhyena kale tam sishyam prati Dharmanusasana prabhavishnutvat yathasvam tattadacharya anusasana. Anadikramena vinayaha shikshanam. Vinayaha essentially means shikshana, disciplining. In fact, he says, ahutaschaapyadhita. He is quoting. Ahutaschaapyadhita means, so this is something which is important. Kuptabodhu varnam. You just call, come and sit. So you have to just go and take the class. Ahutaschaapyadhita ityukta prakaram samudacharahayaha guruvagamano upaveshanadu pratyutsapam. So this is how it goes. See. Guru paricharanadi vratancha arthat shishyasya bhavati. So this is something which is relevant to this statement which was made by Bhagavat Pada, Acharyopadesha paramparayaiva adhigantavyam. Okay? So that parampara is very important, but beyond that also there are various factors which are extremely important for the knowledge transfer to be complete. So the purpose of studying is transfer of this knowledge. So therefore, this highly disciplined people I have seen. In fact, in one of the occasions, maybe this was almost 20 years back, so I went for a big congregation of science and technology. I was just young researcher then, maybe 25-30 years back. I was just a young researcher. So in this conference, there was a demonstration, and in the demonstration, so one of the serial researchers, he was asking to someone, so you are extremely old now, have you transmitted this knowledge to the others? So then this person was saying, no, I could not find a Shishya who is yoga to receive. This is what he was saying. Then this person was concerned. So if this is the kind of thing, then it will be lost. So then his answer was interesting. He said, maybe it is lost in me, but tomorrow somebody else will pick up. But I will not be doing the mistake of sharing this to an anadhikari. So this is the statement that he actually gave. So as far as, see, it may be somewhere, someone else may transmit, or somebody else will pick up at some point of time. But if he is an anadhikari, I will not give. I should be convinced that he is worthy of receiving this. I mean, that was the conviction with which he was saying this. Acharyopadesha reminded me of that episode. Anyway, we will continue with that in the next class. Om Sarve Pisukhinas Santu, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om.